The Bible doesn't need your help. I mean that. The Bible doesn't need you to update it, modernize it, or make it easier to talk about. It has been reaching people, changing people through the power of God's Word for thousands of years without any of our help. And yet, if you're like most Sunday school teachers, you've sat down to prepare a lesson and landed on a story that made you nervous. Maybe it's Ezekiel's dry bones, or Abraham sacrificing Isaac, or Elijah calling fire down from heaven onto, it's a lot. And you thought, how do I make this work for a second grader? So you softened it, modernized it. Maybe you skipped the hard parts altogether. I get it. I've done it too. But here's what I've noticed. Kids don't actually need that. Think about the stories kids already love. Percy Jackson, dragons, giants, characters who die and come back, underdogs who beat impossible odds. Now, think about the Bible. A giant killed by a shepherd boy with a couple smooth stones. A man swallowed by a fish and spit back out 3 days later. A whole army defeated by trumpets and a shout, or fire falling from the sky. The Bible isn't hard to make relevant to kids. It's basically already written for them. The problem isn't that the Bible is too old or too strange. The problem is that we think it is. We're the ones who are nervous. And sometimes, without meaning to, we tell kids that the Bible needs to be made interesting, instead of showing them that it already is. Okay, real quick. Imagine you had to pitch the story of Samson to a Hollywood producer. You walk in and say, okay, so there's this guy with supernatural strength. His secret is his hair. A woman betrays him, his enemies gouge out his eyes, and then, in the final scene, he literally brings down the building. They would greenlight that movie in 5 minutes. That's your Sunday school lesson. Now, I don't want to oversimplify this, because trusting the Bible doesn't mean every story is right for every age. Some stories a first grader just isn't ready for yet. Not because the Bible got it wrong, but because kids grow in stages. A 6-year-old doesn't need the full weight of what happened to Job's children, or the graphic details of certain Old Testament battles, the book of Judges. Leaving those out isn't softening the Bible. That's just being a wise teacher. Then there's this middle group. Stories an older kid, say 3rd or 4th grader, can absolutely hear, but the story needs to be told with care. The sacrifice of Isaac is one of those. You can tell that story. You should tell that story. But you lead them through the story. You don't linger on the fear in a way that leaves kids anxious or scared. You let the ending land. God provides clearly and fully, so they walk away with faith, not dread. Listen to this. The goal of you teaching the Bible isn't to sanitize it. The goal is to be a shepherd. Now, don't sanitize, be a shepherd. Think of a good parent watching a movie with their kid. They're not skipping every difficult scene. They're present. They're reading the room. They're ready to pause and talk if something lands heavy. Well, that's you in the classroom. The story is still the story. You're the guide. So, trust the text more than you trust your instinct to protect kids from it. I mean, use the games, do the object lessons, make kids laugh, go crazy, get creative, do all the things. Just don't ever let it be a replacement for the story, because the story is the destination. So read the story with drama. Ask questions. Let the weird parts be weird. Let the miracles land without rushing to explain them away. You might be surprised. A lot of times, kids don't need you to translate at all. The Bible has been doing this for thousands of years. It doesn't need your help to be relevant. It just needs you to get out of the way. The fact that you're here, watching this, trying to get better, already tells me you love these kids. That matters more than the most perfect lesson. So, trust the book. It's God's word, after all. Trust your kids. Trust that God knew what he was doing when he gave us his word. I'm Nathan from BetterBibleTeachers.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.